Hello everyone, welcome back to SAP Training. So in our previous session, we already discussed about SAP ASAP methodology, right? So now in this session, we are going to discuss about SAP Activate methodology. Okay. So at the end of the session, we should be very clear with what exactly is Activate methodology, what are the different phases in Activate methodology, what exactly you do each and every phase of Activate methodology. Okay. So, and also we are going to discuss about the major differences between Activate methodology and ASAP methodology. Okay, right. So, before starting the session, one thing I want to say is, so we already discussed about ASAP methodology, right? So, if anyone haven't seen that video, please go through that video because then you will understand Activate methodology very easily. So because both ASAP methodology and Activate methodologies are similar in the process, but Activate methodology have some updated features, so which save the time and give clear picture of the implementation. Okay, so please go through the ASAP methodology before watching this video. Okay, so it's very important to understand the Activate methodology. So without any knowledge of this, you can't do the projects. So because you couldn't understand the process, how the implementation is going on, right? So it's important to learn these methodologies, especially Activate methodology. Okay, so let's start our session. So as we already discussed in the previous video on SAP methodology, so for SAP implementation, if it is SAP R3, SAP ECC or it may be SAP S4HANA, whatever the product is, SAP recommends to follow this methodology, right? So SAP provides you the list of all those activities that we need to carry out in order to complete the implementation project, right? So when we are using SAP R3 or SAP ECC, so SAP recommend us to use SAP ASAP methodology, that is accelerated methodology, right? So we already discussed about ASAP methodology. Now, but after SAP S4 HANA come into the picture, so starting from 2015 onwards, SAP recommends SAP Activate methodology. So for SAP S4 HANA projects, the recommended methodology is SAP Activate methodology. Okay. So let me first of all show all the SAP Activate methodology phases. So it starts with the discover phase. After that, prepare phase. After prepare phase, we have explore. Then we have realization. Then deploy, and finally we have run. Okay. So this is the complete cycle of Activate methodology phases. And in Activate methodology, activities also will find same as ASAP methodology. Okay, so let's discuss one by one. So first one is discover phase. So discover phase is something which is before you start working on the project. So in this phase, customer get familiar with SAP S4 HANA. So before starting the project to implement SAP S4 HANA, customer will get familiar with SAP S4 HANA in this phase. Okay. So customer will understand what is new in SAP S4 HANA, why should we go for SAP S4 HANA, and identify is this SAP S4 HANA implementation impacted any existing business process or not. Okay, so customer will check all these things in discover phase. So discover phase means discovering the futures of SAP S4 HANA. Clear? Right. So this is not that much important. So just know the purpose. Okay. Next one is prepare phase. So project is initiated in prepare phase. So the activities which we do in the prepare phase are almost same as project management activities which we do in the project preparation ASAP methodology. Okay, so that's why I'm saying before seeing this video, go through the ASAP methodology. Okay, so in this phase we can finalize the team, and trainings are conducted to project team members to get familiar with the SAP S4 HANA and Soulman managers. So for this they will provide access to the SAP portal, and they should make sure all the project members will get access to the SAP related portals like SAP support portal, SAP best practice explore portals like that. And kickoff meeting has been conducted. So in this kickoff meeting, project related activities are discussed and finalize the project. So as part of the kickoff meeting, project charter is prepared. So which is a formal document. Okay. So this document outlines the purpose and key characteristics of the project. So this is the readily available document for the project team members that can be downloaded, and it is very useful to fasten the project delivery. Okay. So that's why it is prepared, and also SAP related activities are done in prepare phase. So all these activities are done in prepare phase. Okay. Next one is explore phase. So explore phase is the most important phase of the SAP activate methodology. So during explore phase, customers will finalize the business process to be followed in the new SAP system by conducting different workshops. Okay. So it is similar to the business blueprint phase, which is in SAP methodology, but there are some changes in the explore phase. So in ASAP methodology, during the final preparation phase, user will actually get to see how SAP screen looks like. Before final preparation, user was not aware what exactly is SAP, right? So customer is just giving you their requirement, like I want to see this in SAP, I want to see that in SAP. But customer never have seen SAP screen at all, right? But in explore phase only, functional consultant will start showing them standard SAP business processes in activate methodology. Okay. So this is the advantage of explore phase. Okay, now I will give you a very practical example. So you will understand this phase very easily. Okay. So let's assume you bought a new home and you are looking to set up the furniture and you want to do the interior designing for your home. Okay. So what will you do? You will call the interior designer, right? So he will understand your requirement and he will set up a team, and a team will send to your home. Now this team will come to you and they will understand your business requirements and they are noted down your requirements. But they are writing everything in a paper, that you want a bed here and you want a sofa here and you want this color to the walls and the bed size of 6 by 6. So everything is just writing in a piece of paper, right? So you are not seeing how exactly the bed will build, how exactly the color will appear to the walls. So you didn't see this exactly what will happen after completing the work, right? So he is just saying, okay, I will build the bed here, I will give this color to the walls, I will do this, I will do that. And then he will give you the paper and he will say that just sign this paper if I have written your requirements properly or not. So you are just going to the theoretical paper. If it's looking good, you can say this is fine, proceed with it. Now the interior guy started working on this, right? So now assume in this way. So even when he is working, you don't have any control. You are not able to even enter into the home. Okay. So he will say, see you after 3 months. Okay. So after 3 months, he is inviting you to that. Everything is ready. Please come and see. So then you didn't like that design. So on the paper, everything was looking fine. But when you see the color, when you see the size of the bed and other things, you are not really happy with that. So what will you do now? Entire rework, right? So you will tell this is not what I am looking for. Please make the changes. So he will say, I need additional 3 months. So not only that, so the effort that you paid to them, the material that you wasted, everything is lost for you as a customer, right? So this delays the work. This is what happening in the BBP, that is business blueprint phase in ASAP methodology, right? So, but I will not say it is a fail because it was a proven methodology that we were using from years, right? So it happens in sometimes. So what should be done now? How can we avoid this kind of issues? So let's do one thing. So instead of writing everything on paper, let's try to show them something in the system. Okay. So whenever a interior designing come to your home, instead of writing everything on the paper, he may show you to some customer house who already they done the interior designing, right? And show you practically this is how your sofa will look like, this is how your colors will appear on the walls, this is how your bed will look like. and look like that. So you will be more confident, right? So in the same way, in explore phase, you are getting the chance to see how exactly SAP screen looks like, how exactly I will be able to process the transactions. So then customer will get more confidence and say, yes, this is how exactly I want to see in the system, or this is not exactly I want to see in the system, right? So there itself, customer can give the feedback in the explore phase. So during the explore phase itself, the new thing which is introduced is start showing the standard SAP system to the customer. Okay, understood, right? So the system is already having lot of setups done. That is the pre-activated system, and many functionalities are also activated. So you don't need to waste your time in activating those. So you can directly start working on the system and show the system to the user. Okay. So let's discuss the activities one by one in the explore phase. So coming to the activities which we done in the explore phase. So first thing is setting up the sandbox. So we set up the sandbox system to show how the SAP solution meets business needs. Okay. So once the sandbox environment is set up, the project team will conduct fit to standard analysis workshops. Okay. So these fit to standard workshops are organized to explore the functionalities of the business, right? So each workshop is delivered by an experienced SAP consultant and a lead from the business. Okay. So in this workshop, the consultant should work with the business leads to understand the existing business process, right? And the business leads learn to execute standard SAP process and use transaction scores from the SAP consultant. So SAP consultant and business leads work together closely to produce a final result. Okay, and after they came into the one conclusion, all the customers requirements are noted in the backlog document in terms of additional WRICF objects. So this means, so W means workflows, R means reports, I means integrations, C means conversation, E means enhancements, and F means forms. Okay, so workflows, reports, integrations, conversations, enhancements, and forms. Okay, along with the configuration values. So this backlog document is provided by the SAP, and this document is agreed by the both partner and the customer. That means SAP consultant and the business lead. Okay, so this backlog document consists of all the customer specific requirements that need to be available in the SAP system for the business users. So by using this, customers perform their daily tasks, okay, right? Consultants then prioritize these requirements according to the feasibility, difficulty, and importance. Okay, and plan the sprints to the realization phase. So here we can close each of the backlog items one by one. So I will explain what is sprint in the next phase, that is realization phase. So once explore phase is completed, consultant got a very clear idea what I want to do what I want to implement in system, and then he will go to the realization phase. Okay, understand, right? Next one is realize phase. So activities are same as realization phase in SAP methodology. That is configuring the client's business process into SAP everything. So only thing is the stand-up meetings and regular sprints are not available in SAP methodology, but these are available in Activate methodology. Okay. So what are these meetings and sprints? You are getting a doubt, right? So I will clarify your each and every doubt. Okay. I told you an example of the interior design of the house, right? So in that example, interior designer will say, see you after 3 months. That means after completion of the work, right? So this is what happened in the ASAP methodology realization phase. What if he allows us to have a regular visit? So after every 2 to 3 days, you can come and you can see what is the progress and you can give your feedback, right? So based on that, he will work on it. So then there is no chance of rejection, right? So this is what exactly happening in the realize phase of Activate methodology. What exactly I am trying to say is there would be regular stand-up meetings with the business users. So it may be twice a week or maybe daily half an hour. you will have a discussion with the business users. You will tell them what you have already set up in the system. So if they feel that there is some changes in the business requirements, then they can comment here itself. So regular stand-up meetings with business users are carried out in the regular in realization phase. Okay, and it could be conducted by the Scrum Master. Oh, okay. Scrum Master is a person who is responsible for this type of meetings are happening on day-to-day basis and make sure that team is actively participating in all these meetings, and if there is any problem faced in the project due to which we are not able to complete the work, this person would be responsible to make sure that everybody is contributing 100% to the project. Okay, so this realization phase is very important and it is done in sprints. So in sprints, backlog requirements are break down into small deliverables. That means instead of doing all the activities at once, we can divide the activities into different sprints. Okay. For example, I'm a project manager and I told you as a consultant, I will give you 3 months to complete this activity and we'll meet you after 3 months and we'll see what is the status. Okay. So after 3 months, I ask you how much work is done. Then you will say I have only completed 40%. So if I ask you why, you will tell there was a lot of problems. I was not getting this information. I was not getting that information. That server is down, etc., etc. So better thing is if a manager or a scrum master is checking on day-to-day basis, if he is having meetings to check whether everything is going fine or there are any changes required or any challenges that you are facing, so it will be easier to make sure that the project is going in the right direction, right? So these sprints will be done during the realization phase. Hope you understand this. Coming to the configuration process, we already discussed what are the activities we do in the realization phase of the ASAP methodology, right? But again, I am explaining them briefly here, okay? So SAP consultants start configuring the SAP system according to the backlog document in sprints. So SAP has three systems for implementation. I already told that. So what are those? Development system, quality system, and production system. Okay. So in realization phase, we will use development system to configure the client's business process into SAP. Okay. So in development system, again we have three clients. One for configuration, let's say 500 client, and one for code development and say 510 client, and one for unit testing, say it is as 520 client. Okay, so functional consultant will do all the configurations like enterprise structure and other processes in client 500. So if you want any code changes, then technical consultant will do it in 510 client, that is code development client. So after that, all these configurations will move to the 520 client, that is development system for unit testing. So within the system, to import data from one client to another client, use T code SCC1. Okay. So after completion of all the configurations and unit testing, we will release all the requests in transaction code SC09, that is transport organizer in development system, and send the request number to the basis consultant. Then basis consultant will transport all the requests from development system to quality system. Okay. So in quality system again we have two clients, one for system integration testing and one for user acceptance test. So let's say 600 and 610 clients. Now consultant will do system integration testing, that is ISNT in 600 client in quality system. Okay. After that, consultant will ask core users to test all the scenarios and give confirmation. So then core user or business user perform testing in the quality system to test all the scenarios. So this testing is called as UAT, that means user acceptance test. Okay. So this test was done by the core user. This is the final testing. So user will check whether the business requirement is working properly or not. Okay. So if everything is fine, then they will give UAT sign off. Okay. In between this process, regular stand up meetings with the business users are going on once or twice a week. which is conducted by the Scrum Master. Okay, this is the advantage in the realization phase in the Activate methodology. So, in between this process, regular stand-up meetings with the business users are going on once a week or twice a week or daily, which is conducted by the Scrum Master. Okay, so this is the advantage here. We have regular discussions with the business users, which is very helpful to complete the work in time, right? Next, coming to the document preparation in realization phase, we have four documents. First one is FSD, that is functional specification document. So during configuration, we prepare FSD as a functional consultant. If you require the help of ABAPer for client requirement, then we prepare FS document. Okay. Next one is TSD, that is technical specification document. So this was prepared by the technical consultant, which consists the code development as per the functional consultant instructions based on the client requirement. Okay, and the third one is test case document or unit test document. So this document consists of what to test, how to test, expected result, actual result, testing document numbers and status. Okay, so after that, user manual document or ISNT document. So once integration testing is completed in quality system, then we prepare this user manual document, that means ISNT document. So this document consists of step by step process of creating master data and transaction data along with the screenshots. Okay, after that we prepare configuration document. So configuration document consists of screenshots of all the configurations which we did in the particular client. Okay, so in ASAP methodology, we were creating the documents from scratch, right? But now with SAP Activate, SAP has already provided the stand-up documents, so you don't need to start creating the documents from scratch. So SAP already provided some documents that can be directly used for the end user training also. So the benefit here is we don't need to prepare the documents from the scratch. Till now everything is clear, right? So once all the business process completed, a cutover plan is made to move the configurations, WRIC of objects and master and transactional data to the production system. So this is the system used by the business in real time. Okay. So in deploy phase, functional consultant provide the training to the business users before go live. So functional consultant will provide the training to the business users using the pre-delivered end user training documents provided by the SAP, and then transport all the request from quality system to the production system. Okay, so next cutover activity will start. So this cutover activity will do before go live. Cutover activity includes the activities required to prepare the SAP production system, like uploading of master data and open transaction data from legacy system to SAP system. That means non SAP to SAP. Okay, so in SAP ASAP methodology, for this data migration, we were using the tools like as LSMW and BDC, right? But in Activate methodology, SAP has provided a tool called as LTMC. So LTMC means Legacy Transfer Migration Cockpit. Okay. So it is a tool provided by the SAP for migrating data from legacy system to SAP S4 HANA. So we use LTMC for data migration. This LTMC will save a lot of time when it comes to the data migration compared to the previous tools which we used in the SAP methodology. Okay, that is another benefit in the deploy phase. So after uploading the data from legacy to SAP, we declare go live. Okay, in go live, SAP is hand over to the client. So these are the main activities which we done in deploy phase. Okay. The final phase in Activate methodology is run phase. So after go live, business users are start doing the transactions. So consultant will give post production support to the business users. That means if user will start entering the business transactions, and whenever they feel they get any issue, they will take consultant support. Okay. So this is all about the Activate methodology for implementing a project. Hope you understand this. So for your clarification, once again I am briefly explaining it. Okay. So project implementation started with discover phase. In Discover phase, customers get familiar with SAP S/4HANA before starting a project to implement SAP S/4HANA. Okay. After that, in prepare phase, project is initiated and kickoff meetings are conducted and a formal document was prepared, that is project charter, and finalize the project structure and SAP license related. All these activities are done in the prepare phase. Next, explore phase. So here functional consultant will show the standard SAP business process to the business. And workshops are conducted by the experienced SAP consultants and a lead from the business, right? And here they discuss the functionality of the business and produce the final result. And these requirements are noted in the backlog document in terms of WRSA of objects, right? So, which contains all the customer specific requirements need to be available in the SAP system for the business. Once explore phase is completed, we will go to the realize phase. Here, SAP consultant configure the SAP system according to the backlog document sprints. Then consultant will do unit testing, integration testing, and core user will do user acceptance test to test all the scenarios whether they are working properly or not. And also there would be regular stand-up meetings with the business users twice a week or daily, and which is conducted by the Scrum Master. And also here required documents are prepared in this phase. Once all this process completed, a cutover plan is made to move the configurations, WRC of objects, master data and transactional data to the production system in deployment phase. Okay. So because this is the system which is used by the business in real time, right? And also in deployment phase, functional consultants will provide the training to the business users before go live. So after that, in go live, SAP is hand over to the client. Okay. Next, the final phase in the activate methodology is run phase. So after go live, business users are start doing the transactions. So whenever they feel any issues, consultant will give support to the business user. Okay, that's all about the activate methodology in SAP S/4HANA. Hope you understand this. So if you have any doubts, please ask me in the comment section. I will clarify them. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching. See you again with next video. Bye bye.